Good morning, fourth grade. It's Wednesday, May 20th. So today, your assignments for reading is just to work on your script. Read it, practice reading it out loud. So you do not have to memorize it for your performance next week. It's called Reader's Theater, which means you can read it, but you want to be familiar enough with your lines so that you can read them comfortably without messing up, and that you kind of have them memorized so you can look up and not just be staring at the paper. So just keep reading through your lines. I suggest you highlight your own lines. So that it'll help you keep track. And then today on Zoom, we'll practice again with groups. For math, you have your last vocabulary. It's about the types of angles that we learned yesterday. So again, make sure you did the one from Monday. Some of you haven't done it yet. And then today is your last one. So get that done today would be helpful instead of waiting till next week and I have to track you down and make you do it. Okay, so we're almost done. You just want to make sure you don't have very many incomplete assignments so that you don't have to make up work over the summer. Most of you are doing great and keeping up with everything, so just keep that up for a few more days. You could do it. And then we're going to do lesson 14.8 in your math book. So we're going to skip a few lessons and go straight to lesson 8. Okay, so bring your math book to Zoom. For computers, continue to work on your newsletter if you're not done. So remember, you have until next Tuesday to type the articles that you want to type. I sent home your notebook so you can look to see if there's articles you wrote but didn't type. So for example, we wrote the Riley's Farm article sort of recently before we went home, and you might not have finished typing that one. So that would be a way you can get it done quickly. If you don't have articles written and you still want more to try to get all the way up to 6, like I said, you can write an article about being at home for school, distance learning, coronavirus, whatever you want to title it. Okay, let me know if you have any questions about that. And then for handwriting, lesson 23, day 3. Okay, so that's it. Only 4 things to do today. All right, for points, for Freckle, we have our faithful few who do it every day. So Mackenzie, Morgan, Thomas, and Pacifica each got a point for the group. Mackenzie, I gave 1 bonus point. She had the highest in both, but I wanted to give Morgan a bonus point today because she did it for a long time, like almost an hour. So bonus point for Morgan. And then for Rocket Math, Mackenzie passed 1, Morgan 1, Thomas 3, Christy 1, and Leah 1. So remember, keep that up. If you haven't passed division yet, you have until next Friday to pass division. All right, and the group points. So Wozniak is still in the lead, but Bryn actually pulled into second ahead of Huerta by only 1 point. So they kind of flip-flopped. And Huerta's only ahead of Burbank by 1 point. And then Tibbetts, and Tibbetts is only ahead of Jobs by 1 point. So pretty close. Remember, if you get the most points, you get some more class money to use in our auctions next week. So we'll auction off some stuff this Friday and then next week as well. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple games today. So I'll have 2 for today. Travel up here to Mackenzie's desk. So Mackenzie's game was all about communication, the stuff that we learned right before you went home to do school at home. So I'll show you her board. It's about different methods of transport, mostly communication and transportation though, because it has the stagecoaches and the railroad during the 1800s. So we have the telegraph, the Pony Express, the Transcontinental Railroad, and the Overland Mail Stagecoach. She has these cute little envelopes, little mail you're trying to get around the board. There's a deck of the good things that can happen, the deck of the bad things that can happen, and you're trying to move your letter from the beginning to the end. Lots of cool stuff right here. I had fun playing with it, although I wasn't getting to the end. I don't think I would have won, but hopefully I can play it with you sometime, Mackenzie. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do Morgan's. So Morgan's was about California colleges. It's called College Craze, and she put 4 colleges on here. So if you look at the board, it's kind of like Sorry, I think, right, Morgan? So she has 4 players. She has Stanford, USC, Cal Poly Pomona, go Broncos, I went there, and UCLA, and there's 4 of each, and you're trying to get your 4 pieces all the way around the board and then to the end, sort of like Sorry style. I played with the Bronco because I went to Cal Poly and I kept having to move backwards, Morgan, but that's okay. But that's fun. I love the little mascots to move around the board. So good job. All right, last thing. We have our object in the bag, 20 questions. Some of you have asked me 5 or 6 questions. So I'm going to share one question with you all today. One question that a couple people asked today was, is it fragile? And the answer to that is no. So remember, you can ask personally up to 20 questions, and then you got to guess what the object is. First person to get it wins a prize. All right, I will see you on Zoom at 11:30. Have a good morning.